In this productive vlog, I'm gonna share with you how I actually got into working out as a former lazy girl and how to actually build a consistent routine for yourself. I've blocked out each section in the timestamp, so feel free to skip along. With that said, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get to the video. Hopefully someone out there relates to me in this video when I say that growing up, I was not a very active kid. I felt like in comparison to a lot of my peers, I wasn't really fit or even confident going and doing a workout. I felt so ashamed and afraid to try working out that it honestly held me back from living an active lifestyle. But now I live a life where I actually enjoy movement and I look forward to working out. Living a more active lifestyle was one of the best things I ever did for myself. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually start working out from the perspective of a former lazy girl. And the first thing is why you should start working out and what the benefits are just for your overall longevity and health. Because I used to only see exercise as being something about physically changing the look of my body. And please trust me when I say exercise for appearance purposes never lasts. You'll lose motivation, you'll constantly be comparing your body and thinking poorly of yourself because it's normal for your body to fluctuate in weight day to day, month to month. So if you're constantly looking for physical change, you end up feeling kind of unfulfilled, or at least I did. I know personally, whenever I'm feeling anxious or a little moody, going for even just a light walk outside helps me feel so much better. Working out in the sunshine naturally increases your serotonin, which is a hormone that affects your mood. Exercise itself also produces endorphins, which overall boosts your mood and reduces stress. There's also a strong correlation between increased physical activity and the reduced risk for cardiovascular disease, cancer, and other illnesses. Exercise also helps you keep a more regular sleep routine and overall really helps with your energy levels. So step 2 is how do you pick a workout routine that works for you? What exercises work best for your body, or what movements do you just enjoy? It took me a good 2 years to figure out what exercises I enjoyed doing and what made my body feel good. For example, I know that I'm not a runner, I'm more of a walker. I love hiking, I love long walks. So instead of forcing myself to do that intense high-level cardio of running, I find it a lot more maintainable to go on longer walks every day. That's not to say that one day I might get into running because I think it's so fun to switch up your workout routine, but the point I'm trying to make is it's up to you on what kind of exercises you do to feel active. There's different types of fitness, from increasing your balance, your flexibility, cardio, and strength. I want to share some ways that you can figure out what works best for your body. Honestly, the best advice that worked for me is give everything a shot. I started with testing out weightlifting and strength training because it was something I had never done before. I went to a few workout classes that taught me the basics until I felt comfortable enough to go to a gym on my own. So really how you figure out what exercises you should be doing on a daily basis is simply through trial and error. I've learned for myself that I have a lot more slow twitch muscle fibers. I'll put up a comparison on the screen on what fast versus slow twitch muscle fibers are, but my body tends to have more endurance rather than just intense speed. As a result, I see for myself the most progress when I do slow kind of exercises and I work to burn out the muscle rather than quick, intense bursts of exercise. Okay, now back to this productive vlog. I like to have a breakfast that is high in protein but also has healthy fats, fiber, and a carb source. So I made that avocado toast with turkey and an egg and some fruit. I spent the morning answering some emails and working my corporate job before going and taking a break for a midday workout. My routine changes every day, but I'm definitely more of a morning workout kind of person. So if I can, I like to work out either right when I wake up or I'll work out during my corporate lunch break. But that brings me to step 3. How do you figure out what time of day you should work out? It all comes down to personal preference, but scientifically, a big factor is your natural circadian rhythm. And everyone has a different set body clock and a time of day where they have more energy or less energy. This is called your chronotype, which is your body's natural preference for sleep and alertness. There are 4 categories, and the easiest way I remember it is whether or not you're an early bird or a night owl. I've included an online quiz you can take for yourself down in the description below, but once you figure out what your most energetic hours are, you can fit a workout in during that time. Because if it feels good and natural to work out at those hours, you're more likely to stick to a consistent workout routine. This brings me to chapter 4, being consistent. I've gotten really good at showing up for myself every day, and that doesn't mean necessarily doing the same workout, although recently I've been really into yoga sculpt, which is hot yoga with weights. I've also talked about this a lot in my other videos, but another thing I do is habit stacking. I will walk to a workout class or to the gym, which adds in a little bit more movement and exercise. But the reason consistency is key is because of muscle repetition. The repetition of specific movement or exercise invokes muscle memory, which means that over time, as you repeat, your performance during each exercise will improve. It's also how we form habits. Norman Vincent Peale said, "Repetition of the same thought or physical action develops into a habit, which, repeated frequently enough, becomes an automatic reflex." So essentially, just by showing up for yourself every day, even if it's just 10 minutes or 20 minutes going on a light walk, you eventually will form these habits for yourself. The last thing I want to touch on is trusting the process and not stressing about seeing results within a certain time frame. While it can be rewarding to quantify your progress every week or month, the ultimate goal is creating a lifestyle for yourself. It's all about the long term. I think when you stress too much about how quickly you're progressing is when you can accidentally fall into guilt mindset or feeling stressed when eating. And at least personally, I struggled with binge eating because of this. But trust me when I say if you stay consistent and trust the process, results will come eventually. Okay, so I finished my workout, finished lunch, got showered and changed, ready for, I guess, the rest of the day. I still have work to do for my corporate job, so I'm gonna go and do that. I thought it would be kind of boring though to just film me sitting there and working. But yeah, that's a productive day in my life, is working basically mornings, take a break, afternoons, and then I guess the evenings is where like the real fun, enjoy my day kind of starts. Since I already crushed a workout during lunch, I'm thinking this afternoon I'm just gonna go on like a chill walk, maybe go enjoy the sunset, and then I'm really craving like a healthy bowl kind of meal. So for dinner, I'll show you what a healthy recipe bowl dinner idea could look like. Also, side note, I don't love using the term healthy because I feel like it implies that other things are not, even if they perfectly are. I think when I say that this meal is healthy, it's just like very much good sources of protein, lots of veggies, you know, more of like a paleo approach to a meal. With that said, I do believe like everything is healthy in a way. Like I do think everything fits in a balanced diet. So yeah, little disclaimer there. But enough chit-chatting from me. I have to go and do my work. And I guess I will see you later on the vlog when I go and enjoy the afternoon. This was such a simple meal to make. After about 12 minutes, the salmon was ready. Ate this in a bowl with the potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, salmon, and also ate it with some truffle aioli and ketchup. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I hope to see you in the next video.